In the silent early days of the internet, a transaction occurred that would echo through history. On a forum thread, amidst lines of code and speculation, 5,050 units of a new digital asset called Bitcoin were traded for $5. The people involved weren't Wall Street titans, they were curious pioneers. They couldn't have known they were etching the first line of a new financial scripture. We look back at that moment from the dizzying heights of the crypto age with a sense of mythic wonder. We call it luck, we call it genius, but mostly we call it a missed opportunity. What if the opportunity wasn't missed, but is in fact happening again? Not in the form of a cryptic digital coin, but as a fully fledged, revenue generating fintech and advertising empire with a clear path to global domination? What if the key to entering this new genesis wasn't complex mining software, but a simple 11-step verification process and a $20 act of faith? This book is your map to that opportunity. It is the story of Cash Chat Limited, a company built not just on technology, but on a community, a legion of early employees and volunteers who will be rewarded not with a salary, but with ownership. The asset is not a cryptocurrency, but a finite class of private shares available today via PayPal and Cash Chat wallet procurement, echoing that first historic Bitcoin purchase. The 2009 moment is not a relic, it is a blueprint. This is your invitation to build the future and own a piece of it. Turn the page and let's begin. Chapter: Outline and Content. Chapter 1: The Sound of a Paradigm. Shifting, October 2009. A vivid narrative recounting the new Liberty Standard Exchange. It focuses on the human element, the hesitation, the excitement, the sheer novelty of buying something intangible with PayPal. It poses the question: what separates those who acted from those who watched? Chapter 2: The African Genesis, where M-Pesa met ambition, 2016. The origin story of Cash Chat. This chapter explores the revolutionary impact of M-Pesa in creating a mobile-first economy in Africa. It introduces the bold cashers as the visionary force that saw the potential to scale this model globally, planting the seed for Cash Chat in 2016. Chapter 3: The Incorporation, Forging a Global Entity, 2020. Amidst a global pandemic that accelerated digital adoption, Cash Chat Limited was formally incorporated. This chapter details the strategic decision to become a structured corporate entity, ready to attract serious investment and build a lasting legacy. Chapter 4: The Beating Heart, the Cash Chat Bank Digital Wallet, a deep dive into the core utility product. This chapter explains the wallet, cashchatbank.com, as more than an app. It's a global financial passport, a gateway to investment, a remittance tool, and the vault for future dividends. It's the foundational layer upon which everything is built. Chapter 5: The Digital Athena, the Cash Chat AI Powerhouse. Meet the intelligence behind the operation. This chapter personifies the AI, explaining its role in optimizing ad sales, personalizing user feeds, securing transactions, powering customer service, and providing data-driven insights for the entire platform. It's the indispensable engine of efficiency and growth. Chapter 6: The Revenue Juggernaut, the 200,000 strong ads army, the massive decentralized advertising sales force. This chapter explains the role of the ad agent, securing clients, uploading campaigns, analyzing performance, and moderating content. It emphasizes the powerful 20% direct commission model, showing how volunteers can generate significant immediate income while building the company's value. Chapter 7: The Physical Bridge, the wallet agent ecosystem, connecting the digital and cash economies. This chapter outlines the critical role of wallet agents. It explains the requirement for a security guarantee, starting at 250, as a sign of commitment and a risk management tool. It details their function, facilitating cash in, cash out, generating payment requests, and serving as the local face of Cash Chat. Chapter 8: The Exclusive Exchange, the members-only trading platform, www.bcbank.se, your portal to ownership. This chapter guides the reader through the private share trading platform. It emphasizes its exclusivity for verified early employees only and its function as a peer-to-peer market where price discovery begins. Chapter 9, the asset class C shares, your key to 50% of the empire. The heart of the investment thesis. This chapter breaks down the math. 1 million shares, assume 50% of the company. A $50 million valuation at issuance, SHU 30 share. It explains that owning these shares is owning a piece of the entire ecosystem, the AI, the ads network, the wallet agents, the APIs, everything. Chapter 10, the living valuation, the auto-adjusting share mechanism, a crucial innovation. This chapter explains the transparent real-time link between company performance and share price. The auto-adjust feature for every $50,000 in increased valuation ensures early believers are rewarded fairly and immediately for the growth they help create. Chapter 11, the reward for ownership, direct dividend distribution. Painting a picture of the payoff. This chapter describes the future process of profit distribution. It vividly illustrates the experience of seeing dividend payments from the company's global revenue stream arrive directly into your CashChat Bank wallet, creating a powerful source of passive income. Chapter 12, the fixed income fortress, the 15% government-backed bond investment, a chapter on security and steady growth. This chapter, Jiangxi Jishao, the investment process within the wallet app, the blue wallet button sequence. It explains how CashChat leverages its scale to secure government bonds with returns over 15%, passing that fixed return onto its members as a safe, predictable investment option alongside the high-growth shares. Chapter 13, the Global Affiliate Network, the $12 user acquisition engine, harnessing the power of community growth. This chapter outlines the affiliate program where members earn $20 for every verified user they bring on board. It frames this not just as a cash reward, but as fuel that can be used to acquire more shares, accelerating one's own investment journey by growing the network. Chapter 14, the grand vision, the $100 billion African data center fundraise, the catalyst for a quantum leap. This chapter frames the $100 billion fundraise for 10% equity not as a fantasy, but as a strategic necessity. Building an independent African data center is positioned as a move for technological sovereignty, unmatched security, and limitless scalability, which will convince institutional investors of its immense value. Chapter 15, the trillion-dollar equation, from $30 to a Bitcoin level value. The persuasive mathematical climax. It does the calculation. 100B for 10% implies a $1 trillion valuation. A 1T valuation means the Class C share block, 50% of the company, is worth $500 billion. 500B, 1 million shares, $500,000 per share. This chapter compellingly argues that this journey from $30 is the modern equivalent of Bitcoin's journey from $0 to $1,009. Chapter 16, the volunteer ethos, becoming an early employee, reframing the process. This chapter argues that the 11-step verification is not a barrier but an initiation. It's a filter to find builders, not just speculators. By becoming a volunteer ad agent, you are earning the right to buy shares and join the founding community. Chapter 17, the step-by-step genesis, your 11 keys to access. A motivational step-by-step walkthrough of the entire sign-up and verification process on cashchatbank.com. Each step is framed as a deliberate action towards securing your legacy. Steps 1-4, identity, establishing your verified digital self. Steps 5-8, community and commitment, joining a tribe and accepting the mission. Steps 9-11, the $28 time machine fee and contract, making your symbolic investment and officially becoming an early employee. Chapter 18, activating your portfolio. From wallet to wealth on www.bcbank.sc. A practical guide on navigating the trading platform post-verification. How to place buy orders, manage your share portfolio, and understand the market dynamics among members. Chapter 19, the Ad Agent Playbook, Maximizing Your Volunteer Impact. A guide to succeeding as an ad agent, strategies for securing advertising clients, maximizing commissions, and using this role not just as a revenue stream, but as a way to directly contribute to the company's valuation and, by extension, the value of your own shares. Chapter 20, the Wallet Agent Blueprint, building a local financial hub, a guide for the entrepreneurially minded. This chapter outlines the business plan for a wallet agent, calculating ROI on the security guarantee, marketing services locally, and building a profitable business by serving as the crucial bridge between cash chat and the local cash based economy. Chapter 21, The Power of One: How Every Action Builds the Network. A philosophical chapter on the flywheel effect. It explains how every single action, from referring a user to running an ad to acting as a wallet agent, adds tangible value to the network, increasing the valuation and benefiting every single shareholder. You are not a passenger, you are part of the engine. Chapter 22, A Tapestry of Global Builders. Stories from the community profiles of early members from around the world. A student in Indonesia, a shop owner in Nigeria, a tech worker in Brazil. Their diverse stories highlight the global, inclusive nature of the Cash Chat mission and make the opportunity feel real and accessible. Chapter 23, Navigating the Digital Seas. A Transparent Look at Risk. An essential chapter for credibility. It openly discusses potential risks, regulatory shifts, execution challenges, technological hurdles, and market competition. It argues that the sheer scale of the opportunity and the robustness of the model mitigate these risks for those with a long-term perspective. Chapter 24, The Compound Effect, Weaving All the Threads Together. This chapter shows how the different elements, share ownership, ad commissions, affiliate rewards, and fixed income investments, work together synergistically within the Cash Chat Bank wallet to compound a member's wealth. Chapter 25, A Day in 2030, A Vision of Financial Sovereignty, a narrative chapter following Chloe, an early adopter from 2024. It describes her life, receiving dividends, checking her bond investments, managing her ad clients, and living with a freedom funded by her decision to believe and act years earlier. Chapter 26, The Urgency of Now, The Closing Window of Opportunity, a chapter on timing. It argues that the current price and access level are ephemeral. The upcoming $100 billion fundraise will be a global spectacle that will validate the model and send the share price on an irreversible upward trajectory, closing the door to the early employee phase forever. Chapter 27, Your Personal Legacy Plan, Designing Your Cash Chat Future, a workbook chapter. It asks the reader to define their personal goals. Do they want to be an ad agent, a wallet agent, a passive shareholder? It helps them create a step-by-step plan tailored to their own resources and ambitions. Chapter 28, Frequently Asked Questions, Clarity and Confidence. A comprehensive FAQ addressing every technical question about the process, the security, the investments, the fees, and the future plans. Chapter 29, The Final Step, Your Hands on the Genesis Key. A powerful, direct call to action. It tells the reader that understanding is not enough. True belief is action. It urges them to put the book down and begin the 11-step process immediately at cashchatbank.com. Chapter 30, The New Pioneers, We Are the Genesis Now. A concluding inspirational manifesto. It states that the future is not written by fate, but built by people. It places the reader in the same position as those Bitcoin Talk users in 2009, not as someone looking back, but as someone stepping forward.